welcome to La TV history class. Today we are going to have a very special program, the one that we were waiting for 6 weeks, the one that we were like, no, we don't want, but sorry guys, the day has arrived, the day has come. This program, guys, is going to be super special because we're going to see the final result of your effort, of all the work and all the development of the project that you have been working during the unit. This is La TV Summative Project History Class, Asian Civilizations in Mesoamerica. So we are going to be watching all of the projects that you sent me. Thank you so much. I saw them and they were amazing. It's evident all the work that you've done, all the inquiry, the reflection. So I am very glad to present these videos with you. So hello guys, welcome. Is there anyone there? Hello there.
Hi.
Welcome. So, Fer, can you tell us a little bit about how do you feel about your final product? About your podcast?
I feel super because I made that podcast like 2 times because one is getting it wrong because I take something wrong and then I do the second one and much better.
Excellent. As I told you, it was super evident. All the development, all the growth, and all the knowledge that you had of the civilization. So, thank you for sharing this comment with me. So, let's go. Because the time has arrived. Let's go and see the podcast. But first I want to tell you something. The students from 8th grade section A have been working with Asian civilizations in Mesoamerica, such as Toltecs, Olmecs, Mayans, Teotihuacans, Mexicas. Many years ago, Mexico was not Mexico. It was different. It was called Mesoamerica and Aridoamerica. In this time, we focus in Mesoamerica. And the time where this civilization existed was called the Prehistory. It began 1,300 years before Christ, and it began with the apparition of the Olmecs. And then it ended with the colonization and the conquer, this history with Hernan Cortés, and when Spanish people came here to conquer us. So these videos, this podcast that we're going to see explain about these Asian civilizations. They are going to talk about how they used to live, their customs, traditions, their political situation, etc. So enjoy. Right now, we're going to begin with team number 1, Jose Luis, Jose Eduardo, and Jose Angel, that are going to talk about the Olmecs. So let's see this podcast number 1.
Good morning. My name is Jose Luis Zambrano Bajardo, and my team are Jose Eduardo García Flores, Jose Ángel Quiroz Ramos, and Hernán Rodríguez Elizondo. We are the team that represent the Olmec civilization. We have come to give information about the Olmecs, how made their lives, and how they end.
Traditions. Men wore muffs, flaps, and caps, privacy necklace, shells, and greenstones, earmuffs, anklets, and bracelets, and a woman skirt fitted by a belt. They wore kind of helmet, turban, elaborate headdresses, and mask.
Is a disease that for the area inhabits the north of the current state of Tabasco and south of Veracruz gives the proximity to rivers and the jungle that their basic diet was governed by crops such as corn, beans, and squash. They consume coca in the form of a drink, chocolate, chocolate.
The Olmecs were about to reach Mesoamerica. When we first arrived, we began to fight among ourselves to practice and wage a war on the other tribes to build crops, and as years went by, we began to become more and more, and but a time went by. The march of the Olmecs began to disappear, so they were left with nothing and began to disappear.
Well, this was team number 1. Thank you so much for your participation. And I want to ask Sofia, Keira, and Jacqueline that you talked about the Mayans. Which were the challenges that you faced during the development of this project? Sofia, Keira, Jacqueline.
Well, the development of this project was to learn or know about the culture of Mayans and how from
And can you tell me some of the things that you didn't know and you were amazed by during the development of the inquiry part? Did you find something out? Something that you didn't know about them and that you were like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this? This question is also for Sofia, Keira, and Jacqueline.
maybe about their culture, like what they are, like common doing, for example, the calendar, and they really has a massive significance.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. And well, let's go and see this podcast number 2 made by Fernanda. She didn't talk about one civilization in particular. She talked about the Asian civilizations in Mesoamerica in general. So let's go on and hear this podcast.
Hello, my name is Fernando Castelirondo. I'm for 8th grade group A. I'm going to talk about the ancient civilization of Mexico. But first, I'm going to tell you the definition. The ancient civilization of Mexico are known as prehispanic culture of Mexico, those which achieved the most profound cultural development in the Americas. The main Mesoamerican prehispanic culture of Mexico are the Olmec culture, Tenochtitlan, Toltec, Zapotec, Maya, Aztec, and Mixtec people, among others. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the Mixtecas. Mixtec, Middle American Indian population living in the northern and western sections of the state of Oaxaca and in neighboring parts of the state of Guerrero and Puebla in southern Mexico. The Mixtecan region occupies some 4,000 square kilometers of every diverse geographic and climate region. It lies between the intersection of Sierra Madre del Sur and Sierra Madre de Oaxaca mountain ranges. The Mixteca is a predominantly mountainous region of small, narrow valleys and gorge, hills, peaks, and coastal plains. About the religion, most of the descendants of the Mixtecs are believers of Catholicism, but they are their own region before the coming of the Spanish in 1500. Much like other Mesoamerican indigenous groups, the Mixtecs have many different gods that are relied on the flesh blood of human and animal sacrifice to survive. In the custom of Western style dress is still most commonly known for men and women, girls and boys. Men have all abandoned it, and white Muslim pants and shirts adopted during the colonial period, except for very special occasions. Older women and some very young girls may continue to wear traditional style dress consisting of a skirt of and a huipil, long or short blouse. What about the politics? Well, politically, the state of Oaxaca is divided into 500 small municipios of than any other state of Mexico. A municipio is equivalent to, in concept, to a country in the United States. Geographically, however, municipios may be much smaller than in size, the size of a town. The survival and functioning so many tiny units in statement to the value Mixtec place on the ethnic and geographic diversity. Practically speaking, through such fragmentation have problematic implications for governance, resources allocation, and articulation and coordination among the municipios. Local governing officials, the presidente municipal y el ayuntamiento or governing board are elected to vote of the citizen community. And now about the food. The Mixtec diet is based on corn and corn products, beans, chiles, tomatoes, and other traditionally cultivated crops of their ancestors. In addition to being farmers, the Mixtec are garnered to the diet include wild green, fish, crustaceans, frogs, insects, fungi, hare, and deer. And to finish, the most important celebrations among the Mixtec marquee life moments, baptisms, funerals, or weddings, and observance on Catholic liturgical calendar. A second extremely important annual event is Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, All Saints and All Souls Day, November 1 and 2, on the Catholic liturgical calendar. Thanks for your attention. I will see you next episode. Bye.
Okay, guys, so thank you so much for your podcast. It was really interesting. Actually, there were some things that I didn't know, so thank you for sharing. Now, I want to ask Jose Eduardo, can you tell me if there was something about your civilization, the Olmecs, that you found out that you didn't know, and you were like, during the process of inquiry and investigation, was there something that you found out, you and your team, that you found out that was something new? Was there something, José Eduardo?
Yo no sabía nada de ese tipo de cosas.
I'm sorry, José Eduardo, can you tell me again?
Pues yo no sabía nada de cómo jugación.
Ah, that's great. So you learned a lot of things about your civilization. And can you tell me, what was the most difficult thing that happened during the development of your project? Was there a challenge, a problem with your team members that you had to solve? I will repeat the question, Jose Eduardo. Was there a problem that you had to face during the development of your project? A problem, for example, of organization, of, I don't know, maybe you had one idea and your team members had another one?
No.
No? Excellent. So it means that you have collaborative skills, and that's great. Thank you so much, Jose Eduardo. So let's go and see the third video. This is team number 3, Sofia, Keira, Regina, and Jacqueline, and their civilization are the Mayans. So let's go and see the video, the podcast.
Hey guys, it's Sofia. This is our podcast from history class from 8A, and we are going to talk about the Mayans. What does the Mayans mean? The Mayan civilization or culture was one of the main civilizations that developed in the ancient Mesoamerican. Culture is very promoted for its elaborate writing and numerical systems and for the use of the calendar, as well as for its impressive art and agriculture. What do you think, guys?
Well, talking about the Mayans' art and culture, the Mayans also made significant advances in mathematics and astronomy, including the use of the zero and the development of complex calendar systems like the calendar round, based on the 365 days and later the long-out calendar designed to last over 5,000 years.
Our civilization has been influenced in many ways, and I will be explaining some of them. The Mayans have been influenced the most by the Olmecs. First of all, the Olmecs gave Mesoamerica its first written language, which was expanded around several civilizations, including the Mayans. These were called glyphs, which Mayans also used for writing in stones and even creating several books about it. Mayans also were influenced in their religions. This was because of the Olmecs. Olmecs influenced Mayans with complex polytheistic religions and also with several forms of art, like for example, pyramids, sculptures, figures, etc. They were also influenced by the way they did their rituals, and additionally, the god of maize, which was an Olmec god, appeared in the Mayan civilization and did a very great impact on it.
Are culture and ideology important in building a society? Well, I think that the culture and ideology is important to build a society, since it contains the traditions and customs people do in their daily life. For example, things they do as rituals, activities, historical moments, etc.
How do you think your civilization has influenced our actual social ideologies? Well, the ancient Mayans were known to have invented astonishing scientific achievements in various areas, such as astronomy, agriculture, engineering, and communication. The Mayan civilization influence have been tracked way back to a sophisticated agricultural system. Many people still speak the Mayan language today.
Teacher, what do you think about the Mayan culture or the civilization?
The Maya culture or civilization is one of the most important in the world, and also here in Mexico, because it's part of our history and and also it's part of our roots in our culture. Mayas had given a rich, how can I say, rich things that are also our traditions, our customs, all that. And we need to keep these small groups that today they are, yes, to preserve this culture and to give more importance for that. Yes, and to talk about Maya's culture is very important, and is our commitment to share this importance for the foreign countries, or also for foreign people that they visit here to our country, Mexico.
Maestra, ¿qué piensa sobre la cultura maya?
La cultura maya es un patrimonio cultural que se ha ido en generaciones transportándose, pero desafortunadamente se han perdido esas tradiciones o lo que hacíamos. Recordemos que la cultura maya nos enseñaron a los cultivos, que ocasionalmente ya lo vemos muy lejano, que ya no es una costumbre. por los cambios, la tecnología y la globalización, todas las culturas o la historia se ha dejado atrás. Pero estaría muy padre seguir conservando porque de ahí vienen nuestros antepasados y de ahí viene el origen de nuestro México.
Thank you so much for hearing our podcast from History Class 8A, and we hope this information helped you about the culture of Mayans.
Oh my gosh, amazing guys. I'm so happy that you included interviews. It's always so interesting to see points of view of people around us because as teacher Mairani said, this is our history, guys. We should keep our traditions alive, and we are always very proud when people say, like for example, during the celebration of the Day of the Dead, like the parades and the costumes, everything. And we are very proud, no, the Day of the Dead, it's a Mexican tradition, Mexican food, etc. But when it's about knowing about our history, about preserving our traditions, about learning about this Asian civilization that gave us our identity, it's like, we don't know, it's boring, no. So we should change that. So thank you guys. I really love the fact that you added in the interviews, and the information that you gave was astonishing. It was amazing, very interesting, and very easy to understand. So I want to ask Hernan, what's the thing that you say, like the most interesting thing that you learned from the development of the project? What was this thing that you said, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this and it's super interesting? Hernan is not here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, anyways, think about these questions, guys. What have I learned? How can I apply that knowledge in my school, in my family, in my society to preserve these traditions? Okay, so let's go and see the last team, which is team number 4, Alejandro Ortega, Mateo, Marcelo, and Javier Alejandro with the Mexicas.
Hi, my name is Javier Yervides from 8A, and this will be a little podcast of Unit 2 History Work. What we need to do? We need to investigate and explore from Mexica's time in the past Mexico. We discover interesting things like their own traditions, architecture, and their civilizations. Mexicans were an intelligent civilization, and they could invent their own calendar and start cultivating their own food.
Hello, I'm Marcelo, and in this work I'm going to talk about the Mexican civilization. The first register about this civilization, the Mexican civilization, it was in 1325 after Christ, and the last one by the Spanish conqueror, it was in 1521 after Christ. They were located in a Mesoamerican area, and the language they have is a classic novel. The religion, the Mexican religion, and actually they were in Mexico, central Mexico. The most important cities, it was Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, Tlateco, Chalco, Culucan, Toluca, Huaxayaca, Malinalco, Atontonilco, Azcapotzalco, and some more. The past civilization that impulsed the creation of the Mexican civilization, it was the Olmec civilization, Teotihuacan civilization, and Tolteca civilization. Some of the heroes, it was Cuauhtémoc, that was a military, that it was born in the 1496 in Mexico, Tenochtitlan, and it died in the 1525 in a known place. It not know where it died, but it do it in battle. The other one is Moctezuma, that it was the king of the Mexican people, that was the one that received all the Spanish people. They actually arrived to the principal city, the capital, by a legend that is told and is plasmated in the Mexican flag. That is the eagle in an opal that is hunting a snake. This was a sign, they think, of the gods to do their initial city, that is Tenochtitlan. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.
One large event in Mexica's family is the Cuencañeca. This is a celebration of young ladies' 15th birthday. It signifies the year's party includes elaborate dress for the year of honor, food, dancing, friends, and family. Before the party, there is often a mass at the girl's church. The girl accompanied throughout the festivities her damas, maids of honor, and chambelanas. Mexica's food. According to the CIA, Mexicans eat rice, staple, and other things like that, like pumpkins, avocados, chocolate, and that's all. Then, Mexica art, clay pottery, embroidered cotton garments, wool shawls, and outer garments with angular designs. Colorful baskets and rugs are some common items associated with Mexica folklore.
The structure of the city of Mexicas was about Tenochtitlan, including the temples, palaces, and from platforms that it got.
Well, this was the last theme. Very, very interesting information. Thank you, all of the teams, team 1, 2, 3, and 4, for your videos, for your podcast, your audios. They were very interesting, guys. Now for reflection and to close this process, to end all the work that you have done during this unit, I'm going to ask you some of the questions that we have in the rubric. I cannot tell you which one you are going to be asked. I'm going to ask them randomly. Okay? So this is the last part of your summative, so enjoy. Yeah, I like questions. Please, when you respond, reflect about what you have learned from your civilization and focus. Think about what this civilization led and how it affects us today, nowadays, in our society, okay? So let's start. This question is for Jose Eduardo. You are how can I say, like the team member from team number 1. So you're going to speak for you and for your team members. But remember, we are working in teams, but evaluation is individual. So Jose Eduardo, how was your civilization influenced by other ideologies? I repeat the question. How was your civilization, in this case the Olmecs, influenced by other ideologies? Oh my gosh, Jose Eduardo is not here. Bueno, he's not here. Let's go to Fernanda. Fernanda Garza. Tell me something that ancient civilizations led to our society nowadays.
The food.
I think it's one of the happiest things, no? When you say like all these for example chocolate and those things, no? I think it was an amazing response. I was not expecting. Why did you think about food, Fer?
Because ellos cultivaron el maíz.
Yes, I know. I love that response. I'm happy now. I don't know if I'm happy or hungry. Thank you, Fer. Thank you so much for your response. So, this question is for Team 3, Sofia, Keira, and Jacqueline. Tell me, what do you think would happen, or how do you think our society would be if your civilization, in this case, the Mayans, had not existed? How would we be?
Maybe like the calendar will be different for the mathematics.
Okay, maybe imagine Mexico without pyramids and without temples and archaeological zones. I think that's one of the attractive things about Mexico, and that's why a lot of foreign people wants to come here. If you go, for example, to I forgot the name of this. It's near to Cancun. Do you remember? When I don't remember the name, but it's full of Chichen Itza, full of archaeological zones, and it's always full of foreign people. And when they are asked, like, why are you here? They say, like, it's because Mexico is rich, the diversity, the culture. So imagine Mexico without this. It's kind of sad, no? Don't you think, Sofia, Jacqueline? So next question. Oh my gosh, let me see. I think everybody has participated, so that means that we're done. Yay! Excellent. It's because people from team number 4, Alejandro, Marcelo, Mateo, and Javier, are not here. So, guys, I'm going to be talking to you just tomorrow. Okay? So thank you so much for the students that came here to the program, that participated, that sent the podcast. Remember, this is your evaluation. I am happy because I will have something to evaluate, and I am also happy because this is the demonstration of your effort, of your work, of your, how can I say, preoccupation, of your caring about your development. So thank you so much, guys. Congratulations. And well, this is it. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow in classes. Have a great day. Bye.